6:15 now. Betsy's here, smiling. Rain in the forecast, correct?
We do have more rain that is coming. This is fantastic news for Northeast Ohio as far as the lawns and the gardens go. Just a few little sprinkles and showers out there right now. Temperatures are going to hold very steady in the upper 60s. And as far as the week ahead, weather impacts, tomorrow we'll probably have some weather impacts with scattered rain and storms. And then later on, toward the weekend and early next week, we will likely end up picking up at least some showers, fingers crossed, from what is developing into a potentially major hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico later this week. We'll talk all about that. But first, let's talk about these showers. Very light scattered showers have been moving through. At times, this has been nothing more than mist and sprinkles, but you could see a little bit better chance for some of these light showers to pass through northern portions of Lorain and Cuyahoga counties. More scattered showers off to the south. Not anything that's going to slow down your plans, but it's just kind of notable at this point. That should be the end of it before we start to get into a better chance for rain by tomorrow morning. The leading edge of what is our next storm system will be sweeping in. We'll have a warm front that moves into the state tomorrow, and that makes things a little bit squirrely as far as the possibility for severe weather. The Storm Prediction Center has outlined that. They have put us into a level 1 out of 5, so not anything great, but a lot of this is what's known as conditional. We have to see how things set up for tomorrow. The better chances for the severe weather are where the better conditions are, farther to the south. But as we're putting all the parts together in the forecast, we know that as far as impacts would go tomorrow, they're likely just to be limited. We're looking at just scattered storms, and the overall confidence of those storms going severe is on the low end. So that's why we're just going to put it out there that there's a chance, yes, but it doesn't look like it's a slam dunk by any means. Here's your National Designer on the hour forecast. Quiet tonight with what's left of those sprinkles getting out of here. 5 a.m. though, we've got some rain that's back, and this rain could be heavy at times, especially farther to the south. Maybe a rumble of thunder, but it's not terribly likely for us. We'll continue to track the scattered showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder out toward the state line area through the morning commute. So if you are an early commuter, you're probably going to run into that. Of course, Matt and Isabel have the latest for you starting at 4:30 a.m. with what's happening on the radar and the roads. We'll continue with the rain chances out in Ashtabula County and beyond through 9 o'clock a.m. The rest of us start to slowly clear out, though. And then we have to wait and see how much sunshine we get. Midday, if you're seeing sunshine, you definitely need to keep an eye on the sky because that will add fuel to the fire. And we're likely to see more thunderstorms popping up in the heat of the afternoon. We're looking at highs tomorrow in the mid and maybe upper 70s. That can trigger these thunderstorms, and we'll continue with the scattered thunderstorm threat through the evening and into the late evening hours. So if you have any outdoor plans, think practices and games and all these things with the kids, you're going to need to stay weather aware. 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's the window. We expanded the window just a little bit to account for those late evening storm chances, but we are looking for scattered storms, and of course the possibility that those storms could contain damaging wind is there. Large hail, tornado risk, not zero. It's there, but not anything great. And then the possibility of some heavy downpours embedded too. Don't forget, you can keep an eye on the radar very easily on the 3 News Weather app, and it's a really handy tool to have as you're out and about. The thunderstorms, where they do form, we'll be laying it down. We're looking at a possibility here of anywhere from a quarter to over an inch of rain. That would be where the thunderstorms form, but that is by and large all the way through the day on Wednesday too, with some lingering shower chances. Big picture forecast takes us down into the tropics with what is now potential tropical cyclone 9, but what is likely to become Helene. And Helene is going to be going over the eastern part of the Gulf of Mexico. If you're looking for tropical conditions, hot water is the big one, and that is where some of the hottest water in the entire Atlantic basin is sitting. It's called the Loop Current, and this storm is going to go right up over it, likely into Apalachicola Bay, which is notable because in 2018, Hurricane Michael was a Cat 5 that hit that same area. They closed the estuaries there for 5 years of oysters. They do oyster harvesting, 5 years. So literally last year, they were just allowed to start farming the oysters again, and now another major hurricane comes in. Why is it notable to us? We could get the leftovers of that, and we could be looking at rain chances in your weekend forecast. Here's your Union Home Mortgage forecast for now. Temperatures in the mid and upper 70s with the rain tomorrow. Showers lingering Wednesday. We dry out for Thursday and Friday as we watch what's left of Helene. And if, big if, we're going to get any rain out of that next system.